Welcome to tonight's 5 on 5. I'm Marcus Veal. I'm here with Dianne Appell, an Oregon Tech alum from the class of '92 and is now the Chief Manufacturing Engineer for Boeing Commercial Airplanes. Dianne, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks, Marcus. It's a pleasure to be with you.
Now, Dianne is here to talk about the ongoing relationship between the university and the Boeing company. What degree did you graduate with, and how did it lead to your career at Boeing?
My degree was in manufacturing engineering technology. So the first couple years, you take your foundational engineering classes, your science, your math, and then starting in your junior year, you focus on learning about manufacturing processes. Because it was a technology degree, I got hands-on lab time, provided an opportunity to apply the principles from lecture and collaborate with others to solve problems. My first interview with Boeing was in the fall of '91. I had a follow-up interview with the engineering manager for the 777. The Boeing company was launching this new program, and they were having a new innovative approach where they wanted to design airplanes with collaboration between design engineering and manufacturing engineering. And that collaboration on that design up front was intended to ensure that we were able to build the airplanes safely, efficiently, and with first pass quality. It seems obvious now that that's the right way to do business, but back then that was not normal. There's a new concept in 1992. But the manager had reached out to me because he liked the combination of my technical training and the collaboration and experience that I had working with others at Oregon Tech. I started in July after graduation of '92. I was immediately assigned problems to solve. And I was confident in my abilities because of the firm foundation that my experience at Oregon Tech had provided.
And what about that academic experience makes your connection to Oregon Tech so special and ongoing?
Well, Oregon Tech Klamath Falls campus is somewhat remote. It didn't get the press that the larger state schools had gotten. I hadn't even heard of it until they came recruiting at my high school in my senior year, but I was instantly drawn to it. I liked the idea of not having to compete with 20,000 other people to learn. Upon arrival at school, I was even more fantastic than I had envisioned. The campus was compact and intimate, but it was, fully self-contained. You had everything that you needed there. You could get from one side of the campus to the other in 10 minutes. Now the campus is a little bit larger, so I think it takes you a whole 15 minutes to get from one side to the other. But the classes were small. The teachers knew you by name, and they were invested and dedicated in helping the students grow and develop. They were able to do that because it was a tight-knit community where the teachers weren't overwhelmed. And I quickly felt a part of that community. Now, that remote location, although advantageous, was also a disadvantage because the engineering students there did not have access to industry experts. So the development of the engineering students was limited to what the teachers could share from their own personal experiences. So now flash forward 30 years, and technology has made it easier for Oregon Tech students to get exposure to industry professionals where they can get coaching and mentoring from practicing engineers to help accelerate their development. So now they get the best of both worlds, where they get that intimate learning environment, where they get the personal dedication of the instructors, but then they get to take advantage of that real world experience through technology by getting them access to professionals out in the industry. And I'm happy to be in a position now at Boeing where I can facilitate that engagement.
More with Dianne Appell of Boeing Commercial Airplanes in just a couple minutes. We'll be right back. Welcome back. I'm here with Dianne Appell, the Chief Manufacturing Engineer for Boeing Commercial Airplanes. Now, Dianne, what's the history of that relationship between Oregon Tech and Boeing? How far back does it go?
We started our partnership in 1998. Boeing was seeking an educational partner to deliver continuing educations to its employees in Puget Sound. We chose Oregon Tech to establish that relationship with. We started with a bachelor's degree in engineering, and now we offer several different options for bachelor's and master's degrees for our Boeing employees. In addition, we coach and mentor the students at Oregon Tech, Wilsonville, and Klamath Falls campuses for their senior projects, specifically the Formula One and Baja. And we've been doing that for several years. And then we also participate on the advisory council for providing guidance on updates to the curriculum so the students can continue to be relevant.
Now, given the long-standing relationship, what collaborations are Boeing and Oregon Tech currently working on, and what can we look forward to in the future?
We've recently launched into a purchase services agreement with Oregon Tech, where we've contracted with them to perform work on behalf of Boeing. The school will then turn around and hire the students and pay them to actually perform real engineering work under the supervision of Boeing engineers and Oregon Tech faculty. The faculty will advise them, and the students will get this real opportunity to solve real engineering problems before they actually graduate. So we're really looking forward to starting that in the fall with Oregon Tech.
Well, Dianne, thank you so much for being here.